Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going inside the life of one of tennis's brightest stars, a player who has gone from the snowy peaks of Italy to the very top of the tennis world. His name is Jannik Sinner. At just 24 years old, he has already become a Wimbledon champion, an Australian Open winner, and the #1 player in the world. But beyond his titles and trophies, fans are fascinated by the man behind the racket. His fortune, his fashion, his luxury cars, his watches, and yes, even his love life. In this video, we'll take a closer look at Jannik Sinner's journey and lifestyle in 2025, from his humble beginnings to the multi-million-dollar empire he commands today. Early life and rise. Jannik Sinner's journey to the top of world tennis begins far from the traditional clay courts of Spain or the academies of Florida. His story starts in the small alpine town of San Candido, nestled in Italy's South Tyrol region, where the towering Dolomites dominate the skyline and skiing is more than just a sport, it's a way of life. Born on August 16, 2001, Sinner grew up in an environment where nearly every child learns to ski before they can ride a bike. His parents, Hans-Peter and Sigline, worked in hospitality, his father as a chef and his mother as a waitress at a ski lodge, and they passed on to their son the values of hard work, humility, and quiet determination. Like most children in his town, Jannik first made his mark on the snowy slopes. By the time he was a preteen, he wasn't just participating in skiing competitions, he was excelling. His specialty was the giant slalom, a discipline that requires not only raw speed but also agility, sharp reflexes, and fearlessness. He became one of the best junior skiers in Italy, even winning national championships in his age category. Coaches and fellow competitors noticed his poise under pressure and his ability to glide through courses with a calm confidence rare for someone so young. Many believed he was destined for a professional skiing career. But fate had other plans. Despite his early skiing success, Jannik had also been introduced to tennis at a young age, hitting balls casually with his father and local coaches. At first, tennis was secondary, a summer distraction from the ski slopes. Yet something about the sport drew him in. Unlike skiing, which is seasonal and heavily dependent on conditions, tennis offered the chance to test himself every day, year-round. Most importantly, it provided an outlet where his success relied solely on his decisions, his preparation, and his resilience, rather than the vagaries of weather or a single mistimed turn. Around the age of 13, Jannik made a decision that would change the trajectory of his life forever. He chose to set aside skiing and focus entirely on tennis. For his family and community, it was a surprise. Some even thought it was a mistake. After all, he was walking away from national titles and a potential future as a world-class skier. But Sinner himself felt a quiet certainty. He wasn't chasing comfort or immediate success, he was chasing passion. To pursue that passion, he took an enormous leap of faith. He left his family home and moved to Riccardo Piatti's academy in Bordighera, on the Italian Riviera. Piatti, a respected coach who had worked with stars like Novak Djokovic and Richard Gasquet, immediately saw something unique in the tall, red-haired teenager, a rare combination of mental toughness, humility, and raw power. Under Piatti's guidance, Sinner refined his strokes, built his stamina, and learned how to channel his calm demeanor into competitive steel. While other teenagers were enjoying school dances and family dinners, Jannik was spending hours perfecting his serve, his forehand, and his footwork. By the time he turned professional in 2018, it was clear to the tennis world that Italy had a prodigy on its hands. His rise was meteoric but steady, built not on hype but on results. His composure stood out in a generation of fiery personalities. While others raged, Jannik remained ice-cool, even in the tightest moments. Within just 2 years, he broke into the ATP Top 10, becoming one of the youngest players in history to do so. And then came the breakthrough that confirmed his decision to swap skis for rackets had been destiny. In 2024, Sinner claimed his first Grand Slam at the Australian Open, a grueling victory that showcased his stamina and mental toughness. Just over a year later, he lifted the most prestigious trophy in tennis, the 2025 Wimbledon Championships, etching his name into history and silencing any lingering doubts about his greatness. With those victories came the ultimate accolade, the world #1 ranking, the dream of every aspiring player. From the snowy slopes of San Candido to the manicured lawns of Wimbledon, Jannik Sinner's rise is more than just a sports story. It's a testament to sacrifice, vision, and the courage to follow passion over certainty. Net worth and earnings. Now, with success on the court comes wealth off it, and Jannik Sinner has been building a fortune that rivals some of the sport's biggest names. As of 2025, his net worth is estimated to be between $30 and $35 million. This wealth comes from two main sources: prize money and endorsements. On the court, Sinner has already amassed more than $40 million in career prize money, with 2024 being a record-breaking year where he earned over $19.7 million, the highest annual prize total in the sport. In 2025, his victories at the Australian Open and Wimbledon have added nearly $9 million more to his account in just the first half of the year. But like many global superstars, the real money is off the court. Sinner has become a marketing giant. His most lucrative deal is with Nike, who signed him to a contract reportedly worth an eye-watering $158 million over 10 years, making it one of the richest endorsement deals in tennis history. On top of that, he represents Gucci, Rolex, Alfa Romeo, Lavazza, and skincare giant La Roche-Posay. Together, these endorsements earn him more than $25 million annually, cementing his place among the highest-paid athletes in the world. Cars collection. Of course, with millions in the bank, Jannik has been able to indulge in some serious luxury. And his car collection is proof of that. Being Italian, it comes as no surprise that his garage is filled with Italian engineering. One of his most beloved rides is the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, a powerful SUV that combines everyday comfort with racing pedigree, worth around $90,000. But that's just the beginning. Sinner has also been spotted behind the wheel of a sleek Ferrari F8 Tributo, valued at more than $300,000. It's a car that reflects his game: fast, precise, and powerful. To round things out, he also owns an Audi RS7, a luxury performance car that costs over $100,000, proving that he appreciates German engineering as much as Italian craftsmanship. What's interesting, though, is that unlike some athletes who love to flaunt their garages online, Jannik tends to keep things private. He doesn't bombard social media with flashy car photos. Instead, his cars are like his personality: stylish, practical, and understated, yet undeniably impressive. Watches collection. Another side of Sinner's luxury lifestyle can be found on his wrist. As a proud ambassador for Rolex, he has access to some of the most iconic watches in the world. Among his collection is the Rolex Daytona Cosmograph, a timeless masterpiece valued at around $35,000. He's also been seen with the Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi, instantly recognizable with its red and blue bezel, worth between $20,000 and $25,000. During his Wimbledon run, fans noticed him wearing a Rolex Submariner date, a classic diver's watch that costs roughly $15,000. Each of these watches isn't just a piece of jewelry, it's a symbol of prestige and legacy, the perfect match for a champion who is writing his own legacy in tennis. Gucci and fashion. One of the most unique aspects of Sinner's image is his relationship with fashion. In 2023, he made headlines when he partnered with Gucci, becoming the first tennis player to do so. His appearances carrying a Gucci duffel bag before matches became iconic moments that blurred the line between sport and luxury fashion. While Federer made Uniqlo a household tennis brand and Serena Williams brought Nike and Off-White into the spotlight, Jannik Sinner has positioned himself at the intersection of high fashion and professional sport. His cool, calm persona and his Italian heritage make him the perfect ambassador for Gucci, and his partnership has elevated him beyond tennis into the world of global fashion icons. A role model without controversy. What makes Jannik Sinner even more marketable is his clean image. In an era where athletes are constantly scrutinized for controversies, scandals, or feuds, Sinner has managed to stay completely out of trouble. He is known for his humility, his discipline, and his quiet focus. There are no wild nightlife stories, no social media meltdowns, and no ugly rivalries. Instead, he is respected across the tennis community for his sportsmanship and maturity. Legends like John McEnroe and Boris Becker have praised him for setting the right example, both for young players and for fans. This controversy-free reputation has made him even more appealing to brands, who see him not just as a tennis star, but as a global role model. Personal life. Still, fans are naturally curious about his personal life. For several years, Jannik Sinner has been linked to Italian model Maria Braccini. Their relationship has had its ups and downs, with reports of breakups and reconciliations, but as of mid-2025, the two seem to be happily together again. Despite the constant media interest, Sinner has remained protective of his private life. He rarely posts personal details on social media and prefers to let his performance on court speak for itself. This balance between privacy and fame has only added to his mystique. Jannik Sinner's lifestyle in 2025 is the perfect blend of success, wealth, and humility. With a fortune of more than $30 million, luxury cars, a Rolex collection, and a Gucci partnership, he is living a dream life. Yet what makes his story truly inspiring is that beneath the luxury he remains grounded, focused, and hungry for more success. At just 24 years old, with multiple Grand Slams already under his belt, he is only at the beginning of his journey. The world has witnessed Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic dominate for 2 decades, but many believe that Jannik Sinner is now carrying that torch into a new era. Whether he becomes the face of tennis for the next decade remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Jannik Sinner has already made his mark, and his star is only going to shine brighter. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Jannik Sinner's life and lifestyle, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video. And here's a question for you. Do you think Jannik Sinner has what it takes to dominate tennis like Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic? Let us know in the comments below.